This video is going to be rather short compared to most of my videos, but I think it's going to be very helpful for a lot of people, and a lot of people need this. So a couple days ago, on Tuesday, November 2nd, we had a lot of elections across the country, local elections, but the election that people are talking about the most is the governor's election in Virginia. I'm not going to be talking about that in this video, considering I think there are more important elections across the country than that one. Now, what happened in Virginia is very bad. Very, very bad. Republicans not only won the governorship, they've also won the House of Delegates in Virginia too, and is not a great sign for 2022, but it's not over. I want to make this very, very clear. November 2nd wasn't an absolutely awful election night. There were still a lot of great wins that you should be very happy about. And we shouldn't just be worried about statewide elections. We should also be worried about local elections. After you watch this video, I would recommend you watch a previous video I had made on strategy and why local elections are probably the most important. In New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy won re-election. It was way, way closer than it should have been, and way closer than I expected. I thought he was going to win by high single digits. That's not what happened at all. So I'll take the L on that one, I guess. For some good news, Sweeney, who was the Senate president, has lost. Yes, that may have been a seat gained for the Republicans in the Assembly, but he was a huge roadblock to progressives and Governor Phil Murphy. And Democrats still hold the Assembly by a comfortable margin. Now progressives are going to be able to get legislation passed easier. Overall, there was about 20 plus DSA victories across the country, with 3 new progressive mayors in office. Justin Bibb won the mayoral race in Cleveland. Michelle Wu won the mayoral race in Boston, and Ed Gainey won the mayoral race in Pittsburgh. 3 new progressive mayors in one night in notable cities. That's really fucking good. Michelle Wu winning in Boston expected, but fucking great. Considering also Kendra Hicks, a socialist running in District 6 for the City Council of Boston, also won in a very competitive race. And Justin Bibb was in a race that was considered mostly a toss-up. He was leading in the polls, but 40% of people polled were undecided. No one knew who was going to win. And yet, Justin Bibb won in Cleveland, Ohio. The 3 new progressive mayors is nothing to scoff at, with also Kendra Hicks winning in District 6 of the City Council of Boston, which was a big race. In other news too, there were 5 progressive judges that won in Pittsburgh. There were many other City Council wins as well that you can look up and see for yourself. Among many school board wins, we actually stopped a lot of QAnoners from getting onto school boards, and with progressives getting onto school boards, which is important since education is very important for economic conditions and how people are raised, and also for voting patterns. We even possibly have a new progressive House representative to join the squad in the House. Her name is Shayla McCormick, and I'm a little skeptical about some of her positions and how much she truly believes them. But with pushing things like a $20 minimum wage, Medicare for all, a $1,000 a month UBI, the policy positions are great. She won by 31 votes, but that also means it's going to an automatic recount. She was running in Florida's 20th district. It's in a blue district, so basically whoever wins the primary is going to win the general election. And also, of course, it's going to an automatic recount in fucking Florida. But considering her lead was a handful of votes, hopefully she actually wins the recount. And also another notable thing, there were over 15 Green Party victories across the country as well. We saw some success from ballot initiatives. For example, Tucson, Arizona voted overwhelmingly for a $15 minimum wage. In Austin, Texas, a proposal to increase police funding was shot down. Maine said yes at a $100 million bond on transportation. Detroit legalized shrooms, in addition to Ohio with weed. We saw people running on critical race theory indoctrination fear-mongering, losing across the country in school boards, city council, and mayoral races. We saw some good results with the Des Moines consuls. We saw a union victory with the New York Taxi Workers Alliance with their hunger strike finally ending. A $65 million bond on water and land conservation won in Polk County, Iowa. And Andrew Hosmer and Joyce Craig both re-elected as mayors in New Hampshire. There were other victories as well, that I just can't mention because we'll be here forever. If you want to read up on some other good news, you can go look at Tanielle on Twitter, whatsontheballot.com, DSA chapters are reporting results. Those are some sources that you can get some information for good progressive wins. But I just wanted to detail all of that, just a simple short video, just to get people's hopes up. there's no real reason to be down because we lost in Virginia, even though it sucks, but honestly, it doesn't necessarily have to be indicative of what's going to happen in 2022. In fact, during the campaigns of midterms, historically, there have been some big swings in public opinion. But the most you could do is actually volunteer and donate to many, many other local candidates, and even some national candidates. I'll put a link in the description and comments if you want to see a huge list of candidates that you can volunteer and donate for, or just spread awareness of. All right, I should have some new videos out after this one pretty soon, and I hope you all have a good day. Goodbye.